Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Unbothered by Ty Rivera, coming to you as always from high atop Ty Rivera Studios, aka Casa de Bijou. Our guest today is the lovely Miss Jasmin Leigh. What's up, Jasmine?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You were late today.
And it wasn't because I was black.
You're so stupid. So that answers that. I don't have to ask how you identify. Black is how you identify.
Yeah, it's because I have black friends that don't know how to act. It wasn't me.
So it's not because you're black. It's because someone else is black.
Yeah, man. LA does stuff to you, and sometimes you have to crash on people's couches. So I'm crashing on my homegirl's couch. I won't blow her up right now because, she might hate me for it. But her and her boyfriend just can't get right. So they decided to wake up at 3:37 a.m. to be exact and start yelling and going back and forth and all this other shit. So I was forced to wake up. And I'm sitting here trying to watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to drown them out.
Beverly Hills. That's what I
know,
have
I'm
a
catching
problem.
up, I'm catching
Atlanta,
up.
but not Beverly Hills.
I
Come
know.
on now.
Atlanta, I'm caught up on Atlanta.
All right.
But I'm not caught up on Beverly Hills, and I was trying to drown out the fighting. But I ended up having to get involved. And I'm always the third wheel in like every friendship I have. So I've dealt with this before. And she's like, call the police. And I'm like, look, do you really want me to call the police? Because I'm not going to be the one to do your dirty work. Like, if I call the police, he shouldn't be here tomorrow. And I'm sure he's probably there right now. So, yeah.
So you did call the police?
I didn't call the police because I knew she wasn't ready. If she was ready for me to call the police, then she would have came and took my phone and called the police and not told me to do it. And I've just been here before. But, man, guys definitely are bitches. I'll just say that. Guys are little girls. And it's crazy that they act like women. And it's because I date women, I'm sitting there like, he transformed into a woman for a second, and that's what he has, like a woman's mentality right now. Like they switched roles. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he went full on lady.
Full on lady. He fucking grew a clitoris. He had double D's. He was full on bitch. Full on.
Had his nails done.
Yeah, man. He had a full French manicure. Everything.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Literally, I saw him transform. Like.
Yeah, so, okay, well, at least I'm the same way with that. It's like when you're ready to call the police, you call the police.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that. I'm not calling the police unless you're actually getting beat.
Exactly. And then y'all are going to be friends literally 2 seconds later, and I'm going to look like
You're the
crazy
bad guy.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Then both of them are looking at you crazy, and you're like, okay, I
Been
don't
there
have
too many
time for this.
times.
Yeah, I don't.
Too many times.
Not getting involved.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. So you ended up getting some sleep, and then this morning you woke up later than you wanted to, took the train over here. Yeah, I'm lucky. I live right by the
live
train.
right by. I thought you were going to be a lot further because my friend lives like in the valley, but she was up. Thank God. So she took me to the train station, and it took out a lot of time because otherwise it would have taken me probably an hour and 10 minutes, but it took me like 30 minutes.
Well, you're here now, and I'm glad for that.
I'm glad too.
This is one of my favorite ways to meet people because I know you from the scene, but just barely. Like we just met, and I saw you originally. I saw you one time. You helped out with the wave.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah, that was the first time I had ever remembered seeing you was when I saw you, and you also run WTF Wednesdays
Yes.
at the Next Stage
Theater.
Yeah, Next Stage Theater.
I started comedy at the Next Stage Theater, actually.
How long have you been doing comedy now?
2 years as of December 2nd. So,
well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, that was the first day I did open mic. My first actual show was January 26th, but I officially started doing comedy in secret December 2nd. When you first start, you don't want to tell anybody. But yeah, I did start comedy at the Next Stage Theater. How it happened is just because I'm, a spoiled bitch, and I had burned my foot at work because I'm always doing something to myself.
What'd you do, spill something?
I'm a chef, and someone put hot water where it shouldn't have been. And someone asked me to pass them a pan, and originally I said no. Mm-hmm. And then a little piece of me was like, no, just do it. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I picked the pan up, and the water falls through my shoe, and I have this big ass 3rd-degree burn on my whole foot. Like I can never be a foot model now. And
which was what you moved out for, was to be
a foot model.
Yeah,
You know?
and now
it ruined my career.
Ugh.
It's fucking, you know.
People don't get it.
They don't get it, and that's what I was mad about my head chef. I'm like, I can never be a foot model now. Do you not understand that? And
yeah, I moved out here to be a foot model, and now here I am.
No reparations.
This burnt ass foot.
Yeah. So my foot was
no
burnt.
Reparations.
My foot was burnt. And I couldn't. We used to go to Mel's every day after improv class, which is a free improv class. Next Stage Theater, 8 p.m. plug, if you want to get your improv on. We used to go to Mel's Diner after improv, and I couldn't walk. So everyone was getting ready to go over to Mel's Diner for open mic, and I was like, I got to do something. Everyone's about to leave me. So I went to the owner of the theater, and I was like, hey, can I do open mic here tonight? You know, because I can't go to I didn't even tell him why. I was just like, can I do open mic here tonight? And he was like, I mean, if you can get people together. And I was like, all right. And got like, it was 15 of us, no mic, got us together, did an open mic. Then he was like, you know, maybe you should just start doing, you know, weekly open mics. So the first two, we didn't have a mic. And then someone saw what I was doing and bought equipment pretty much for the theater that I could use. And then I started doing Monday. Then I started doing WTF Wednesdays. And then other people started seeing comedy being done there, so then they got on. So now there's comedy every night at the Next Stage Theater.
So you're the one that started the stand-up at
Yes,
Next
I
Stage.
did. I started the stand-up
Well,
there.
thank you, because I love Boys Club.
Yeah,
which
I
is
started
Mondays.
Boys Club. I gave it over to Daniel Moquin.
Yeah, I love Boys Club, and I love WTF Wednesdays as well.
Man,
Those are
cool.
two of my the shows or the mics that I like to hit. But see, like those are mics, but I almost consider them shows because they both get good audience.
Yes,
like you
we
guys
both,
get people in there.
Yeah, the Monday one, it was so crazy because I had to give it up because I had gotten a job, which I got fired from. Sucks, but anyway, I had to give it up because I got in a job, and I really, you know, that was like my baby. It was the first thing that I did, so I really didn't want to give it to Moquin, but he guest hosted maybe 2 straight months without asking me to like take it over, without trying to take it over. So I was just like, you know what? It's time for me to just let it go.
Yeah, sometimes
And
that's the best.
They took it and, you know, they kept it going. So I love that. And I loved that I was walking, trying to figure out what mic I was going to go to. And someone was like, oh, you should go to Boys Club at the Next Stage Theater. And I just like started cheesing because I'm like, wow.
You're like, I started that.
Exactly.
You're not telling me.
Exactly.
Giving me my news.
Exactly. I was like, oh, is this the new spot that you're telling me about? But yeah, shout out to Boys Club.
I love Daniel and Everett. They're great.
Yeah, they're a good match. It's fun.
And so you moved here from, you said Miami?
I moved here from Miami. Yeah.
And is that where you're originally from?
No, I was born in Maryland, lived in New York till I was 13, then Tallahassee, Florida until I was 24, and then Miami until 26? I moved here at 26 maybe. I think I moved here at 26. So, yeah.
So you're 28 now?
No, I'm 29.
29.
I've almost been here 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next time I saw you, after I saw you on the wave, or the next notable time I should say I saw you, because of course we'd see each other hanging out or whatever, but was when I was watching Roast Battle from my phone. I was watching on Periscope.
Were you?
Yeah, and you were battling Courtney.
Great battle.
Yeah, I love Courtney. She's so great.
I just am starting to get to know Courtney. I did her Hot Chicks Aren't Funny podcast, and we had a really good talk. I really liked her after that, because before I just kind of saw her around. And I actually challenged her because I felt like her personality met mine a little bit, and I only want to challenge, you know, cute girls because, you know, usually, oh, it's a hot girl, she's going to win, or oh, it's a hot girl, she's going to lose. But, you know, if you fight each other.
Yeah, if it's hot girl on hot girl, then.
And it makes a good battle, good eye candy. I love it. That battle of Courtney was really, really fun.
Yeah, no, you guys were great. For anybody listening at home, that's Courtney Banks, and her podcast is called Hot Chicks Aren't Funny. So if you guys get a chance, check that out. And then at Roast Battle, Jeff Ross saw you.
Yes. So.
Because for anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to tell you real quick. That night, Jasmine just came on 100% personality.
Yeah.
And the jokes were there too, but like the personality, was what I noticed at first. Like you just got on, you started dancing with the wave, your hair was done, you looked good, you were ready that night.
I was full on ready. I prepared, hard for that battle because I could put myself into it. It was a fun challenge. And everyone, when I said I was battling Courtney, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a good battle. So like everyone saying that just hyped me up more. But I didn't know that night would it gave me my first huge TV credit. Like I saw Jeff Ross plenty of times. Obviously, we see him all the time. He's never spoke to me, not once.
Yeah.
Not even on some oh, he's Hollywood type thing. He just never noticed to speak to me, and I'm pretty damn noticeable.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So after that night, and the whole reason I did the roast battle was to be like, hey, I'm Jasmine, look at me, because I felt like it's very hard to really break into the comedy world. And if you're new, you're not really getting that much time. So you're getting maybe 3 minutes here, 5 minutes here. So no one really knows if you're funny or not, if you can hang or not. No one really knows that. The roast battle is a way to show your personality.
Yeah, and you're in LA, which LA, a lot of people don't really have a full grasp. There's a lot of hot girls here, and there's a lot of funny people here. So it really is hard to stand out in LA. I mean, like, no matter what you look like, it's just like, okay, there's another one. Yeah, go in the pile over here.
Exactly. So... And Jeff saw me and he came up to me. He bought me a drink that night, and he was just like, "Wow, I've never seen you before." And da-da-da. I think it was just I had the green storm wig going on. I was a black chick. They're like, "Who is this girl?" or whatever. So I was just like, I felt like I had won a Super Bowl that night. I really did. And then I went to New York for 10 days, like literally right after that battle. Took a break, didn't do comedy at all. Came back refreshed to get a phone call from Comedy Central.
Nice.
Yeah, I literally was unpacking my suitcase, and Brian Moses hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, what's your number?" And I'm like, Moses never talks to me, but okay. Yeah. And I gave him my number, and then he was just like, "Oh, come by the roast battle tonight." And I was like, I was really confused because, like I said, like, not that he doesn't talk to me because he doesn't talk to me, but we just never have a conversation. So the fact that Brian Moses was telling me to come to the Comedy Store, I was like, oh, all right. And then I got the call, and I literally was like, did this just fucking happen? Like, I was outside in the street screaming, telling my mom.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, Comedy, just called me. And we're just both sitting there like, ah! I know, I'm sorry, babies.
Don't worry about her.
I think the best part of that whole experience was how fast my family came together to make sure that I had everything I needed for the show. Like, I'm the second oldest of 7, and I'm the black sheep. So me and my family, we never see eye to eye pretty much. More times than not, we don't. So, and one of my problems is that my mom doesn't make time to come to stuff that I do. And like, I remember in high school, she was in law school, so she like didn't come to any of my cheerleading games and stuff like that. So the fact that I told her this, and she was like, oh, I'll be in Atlanta, and my grandma's like sending me money so I can get an outfit, a hair, and I got everything done. Like, I had my whole glam squad in my family. And
that's
I was like,
so
awesome.
Great. And you already shot it?
Yeah, I was in Atlanta. It was super fun. I looked amazing. They put me on the show for personality and to look good, and I did that. So
yeah. And who did you battle?
Candace Thompson,
a
veteran.
And are you allowed to say how it went? Or
I don't know if I can say it on the podcast, but I can tell you after.
After, okay,
yeah,
that's even better.
We don't want to ruin it for the viewers.
Too bad you guys don't get to hear it at home.
Yeah, but it was really fun. I wish I would have met Candace before the battle, but I didn't. So that was cool. And it was a learning experience. Once the cameras and stuff are there, you're just kind of like, a little piece of you is freaking out. And I think that my personality is so big that people didn't realize that I was like shitting my pants on the inside. Like, I was not a full 100% Jasmine that night. But people were still like, oh, you did well. And I'm like, okay, now if I could have got the full Jasmine out there, that would have been bomb. But
Yeah, and Candace Thompson, I love her. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been my friend for a long time. I remember when she first started coming to the Bliss Cafe, which was a mic that doesn't even exist anymore. The coffee shop is still there, Fountain and Vine. But yeah, that's where I met Candace, and she used to hang out with a girl named Joyelle.
I don't know either, but she's a beast of a writer.
Yeah, she's great. I really like her. So you just had to write jokes, basically surface jokes? Is that what it was?
Yeah, pretty much. Because the thing is, everyone loves Candace, so it was very hard for me to get any, juicy stuff on her. So that was fun. Literally, everyone I talked to was like, "Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it." Oh,
You know
no,
what? I'm
stay
going
out
to
of
tell you, I've known Candace for years. It's not like we're besties or anything, but I've known her for years, and I don't really know how much dirt there is because she's just such a good girl.
And yep.
She really is just one of those girls that is like, one day she's going to find some, hot man that actually is worth the fuck, and
Yeah.
she's going to be married forever. This
Yeah.
is what I imagine for Candace,
Well, that's a big part of her comedy. She talks about how she's supposed to be like the good girl. She comes from a 2-family home, and they just have more privileges than us single parent home folks.
Oh, you're single parent?
Half and half. Like, my mom. She pretty much majority of my life it was single parent. Like my father was there, and then he kind of just like disappeared. I'm actually meeting him next month, which is pretty crazy. But for the most part of most I can remember, my mom was like a single family mom, and it was crazy because when she ended up getting married to my stepfather, we moved to Florida, so that's all they knew. They looked at us as like a fairy tale family because there were 7 kids, parents still married, and all that other good stuff, and we just kind of had to live with that whole.
Just kind of pretend, this is what it is.
We were just like, yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh, when'd your parents get married?" And I'd be like, "Anybody want some juice?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know the year that we didn't even come up with a fake year of when they got married. Because we were like this. We were the Cosby family, pretty much.
Yeah, you're kind of fortunate. It sounds like just in the way that like you've gotten to sample some actual stuff because you've gotten to live in. You said Virginia?
No, Maryland. I was born.
Maryland, New York, Florida, and now LA.
I know.
So
and I've lived in 3 of the hottest cities. So
that's exactly what I was thinking because you said Miami because I know you said Tallahassee as well, which I performed in Tallahassee, and that's kind of.
Where'd you do?
It was some arena. It was for
Doak Stadium. Was it Florida State probably?
I don't know. It was for Gabriel Iglesias, and I can't remember. It was like a huge arena, though. It was big. They drove me through the back.
We only have one.
Is that?
If it was in Tallahassee, unless they took you somewhere else, it'd have to be Gene Cox Stadium because that's literally the only place, or the Civic Center. Oh, the Civic Center.
Yeah, it was Civic Center.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And so now have you been in contact with Jeff Ross since? Are you guys homies now or
I don't have the personal number yet, but we are homies. Jeff Ross honestly is just an amazing person. Like you can see that he genuinely just wants to see people succeed. Like he's not looking at us like, "Ooh, a paycheck." Like he's literally looking at us like, "Okay, I'm a part of molding these comics into being, better." When I oh damn, I almost when I that last battle I did that sucked that I did last week, after that I was just like, "Oh, I just don't want to disappoint you." He's like, "Oh no, you looked good and you're out here doing it, so there's no disappointment." Like he's just like a godfather of roast battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he really cares.
Yeah, well, he's really helped to revive the comedy scene. I mean, like it was already starting to get momentum, again, but like what he's done with roast battle and the way he's even just attached himself to that, and now it's on Comedy Central, and you're going to be on Road to Roast Battle.
Yes, the Atlanta episode. He said it's either going to be the 2nd or 3rd week in January. I'm not sure yet, and I'm not sure where I'm going to watch it because I don't know if I want to watch it at the Comedy Store or if I want to watch it alone or because, you don't know what they're going to pick to put out there. And you don't know, like, how – this is going to be my first time that people can actually critique me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
you should watch it at the store because here's the thing with comics, like real comics, you know, the open micers are the open micers or whatever. Sometimes they're shady, but like comics are always happy to see each other doing well. And so just you being on there is doing well.
Yeah.
And when it comes to roast battle, even on the Tuesday night, you know, which is the weekly, uh, we don't really, like I mentioned you and Courtney Banks doing your battle. I don't remember who won. I
Yeah,
just
you just
remember it was
a
good.
battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all you remember when it comes to roast battle. It's just like what's good and what's not, you know? I mean, like, and the ones that suck, don't really remember those.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not like in a shady way. It's just kind of like, why would you remember? It
Yeah.
wasn't good, you know?
That's true. It's just, you know, I come from like a perfectionist type of family. So it's like, to me, it's like, you know, I always want to be doing the best possible. But, you know, roast battles, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, but they're fucking, it's like just an adrenaline, I can never say the word right.
Adrenaline.
What is it? Adrenaline rush.
There you go.
Like it comedy is anyway, but when you're going and you're battling somebody, like, I love sports, I'm very competitive, so just the whole like when you're preparing for a roast, like, I literally make these people my enemies. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything to me. I'm real petty anyway. So I just literally
I like that you own it. You're like, I'm real petty.
So I just like, I don't like the way her pinky nail looks, so we're not cool right now.
So great.
So that's pretty awesome. I have some cool ones coming up too. So.
Oh, you've got some.
First roast battle of the year will be against Leah Lamar.
Okay.
And I am fucking looking forward to it. We were supposed to actually battle on the 8th, but they were filming, so they, you know, postponed it. And now, so this is going to be our rebattle, which I think the first battle of the year is fucking awesome spot to be in. So.
No, that's great. And are you guys friends?
We're not friends.
Okay.
We're not friends. I honestly don't really hang out with the chicks like that. I'm really trying to now. I kind of hang out with the guys just because girls don't really like me unless I'm, you know, smashing them, to be honest.
Now that's what I want to get to. Does you identify as bisexual, or are you full on lesbo?
Oh, God. Labels. I don't think I like penis enough to be considered bi. I'll say that. But, you know, when people ask me, I usually just don't answer. I let them come up with their own answer. Moses, for some reason, keeps introducing me as bi before I go on the stage, and I just haven't fought it because it's like, is it to the point where I'm like, no, I can't be bi? But it's like I don't like men enough to be considered bi. But, you know, I have dabbled and will dabble if, you know, the dab is right, shall I say. And this is an exclusive for you because I honestly just make everybody think that they have no chance because it's just easier in the comedy world to do that. Yeah. But now that I kind of have like a name for myself, you know, I feel like I get more respect. So I don't really have to like be like, oh no, just go away, dicks. Like, I'm not afraid of them or anything. I just, you know, rather not.
Yeah, if it doesn't interest, well, unless
it takes a special penis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
unless
it's
very,
something
with
special.
very good head skills.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I get it.
Because that's that. If I like a guy, it's not for his penis.
Yeah, and being a cute girl, have you had a lot of like creepy guys in the comedy scene?
Honestly, the creepiest guys that I've had have been in New York, because I feel like in LA, because I don't know how everyone just knows I'm a lesbian, but no one really tries me anymore. Like, none of the guys, they don't ever really like come and approach me or say anything to me inappropriately or anything like that. But when I was in New York, they were just like freaking staring at me like with their mouths open, like drool might as well have fell out. And then this one guy, he was a real close talker. I hate close talkers.
So do I.
And I kept backing up and he kept coming forward. And
Nothing
it's like,
worse.
Finally I had to be like, dude, you're too close. You know what I'm saying? It was no nice way to say it. But out here, I haven't really dealt with any creepy. I mean, people say shit. Thomas Easter's the worst. Some of his shit's funny. Some of his shit, I just want to stab him in his throat. But either way, he's not going to care. So it's like, why waste my breath getting angry at him.
Yeah, and so you just so what do you do? Just try to stay away from him, or
I do. I only see him at Marty's, and he's cool, but he just sometimes just gets inappropriate. So sometimes I could just check and be like, all right, Easter, chill out. But, most times it's funny because he'll say stuff that's so inappropriate, but it's the funniest pickup line ever that it's like, I laugh and I'm like, okay, I'm laughing, but get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I'm laughing, but I'm not interested.
Exactly. That's how it is. And I think that he would probably be the worst. Like, I know the funniest one at Chinadu, he likes to slip in, like, he slips in funny things. Like, I don't even think he's ever really serious, but he'll like be having a conversation. He'll be like, yeah, so you're going to get a dress? I'm like, what? No, I'm not. And then he moves on. But no one has I haven't felt endangered by anybody out here.
You know what? You mentioned Chinadu, and I've got to tell you, nobody looks more like a movie star to me than Chinadu.
Oh, he's a fucking leading man.
Yeah, I just look at him and I'm like, if Chinadu doesn't make it, nobody
would. He looks, first of all, he looks like the guy that every mom wants to come home with their child.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he's single or not, but if he is not, or y'all girls need to get on him because he's a catch, and he's a cool dude. He's like one of the comedians that actually helps me out and tags my jokes, and sometimes I'm frustrated. I don't know if you go to Marty's.
No, I've been there maybe once.
Marty's can be a frustrating place at times because sometimes you can get up there and no one's paying attention, or sometimes you get bumped and go up after with Damon Wayans Jr. or something, and everyone just sat there and looked at him and tagged his jokes, and then you get up there and you're like, it's crickets. But he's one of the people that consistently helped me out, and I actually used to watch him before I did comedy.
Yeah, because at Marty's, which is an open mic in Hollywood, you guys will actually tag each other's jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went one time. Well, I've been probably twice, and one of the times I was just like, yeah, I don't need you guys for that. I need you to.
Yeah, it's a family. It's Marty's family, we call it, and it's like a bunch of brothers that piss you off, but you love them anyway. And it's like, I find myself saying, F this dude, I'm never talking to him again. And the next day, a blunt gets lit up and we're having a conversation.
Well, that's the best thing about being a comic is you can get into it. And then the next day, you're just like, yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
whatever.
I have a couple of enemies, though, that,
We all do.
Fuck them.
You want to discuss any of them?
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I have two. One of them I think we shared at one point. Izzy.
Oh, Izzy.
She hates me.
She's, what I don't like about her is she's tries to be kind of a language police for people, and she's not even really a comic. So it's just stay away. You're not really on the scene enough to be an issue. And
God.
What'd she do to get on your nerves?
Well, she didn't do anything to me. We just had a little thing. And
Izzy's lesbian as well.
Yeah.
So
actually, she's bi, which I feel like the thing is that people look at me and they never think that I'm a quote unquote real lesbian, and I look at her and I think straight lesbian. I can't imagine her having sex with any dudes.
Neither can
I try to picture it, and I'm just like, but yeah, we used to hang out, but yeah, listen to my stand-up and you'll know how that went.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can't wait to hear one of your sets now.
Listen
I'll
to
get
my
the gossip.
stand-up and you'll know how that went. And then the other girl, I only reason I'm not going to say her name is just because she might jump off a ledge or some shit, but I just don't like wishy-washy females. I realize now that I'm adult that I might have been a little mean girlish in high school, but I didn't realize it because I was always a part of the popular groups, but I was always the one that got picked on in the popular groups.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't a full-on screech, but that's pretty much the role that I played. Yeah, that's
you are ridiculous. You are not a screech at all. You do not
was
look
a screech
like
in high school. I was the lame. I was a weirdo, and I didn't know how to dress, but I thought I did. I had a big ass mouth. I had a huge New York accent, but I was cool enough to be with the cool kids. They were just kind of I don't know, I didn't know that I was cute back then. That was the problem.
Okay.
That was the problem. And so I let people get away with a lot more because I didn't realize that they were hating on me. And I'd be like, if I went to high school now, I'd probably be a bitch.
Yeah, but at the time you just didn't realize what
I didn't
you were
realize
sitting on, so to
I didn't
speak.
realize it. But I don't like wishy-washy people. With me, you know, it is what it is. You may not love me, but I'm going to give you the same consistent Jasmine every time. I'm going to always have too much to say. I'm always going to be loud. I'm always going to be like, you're going to get a pretty consistent Jasmine unless I'm having a really off day. Some of these female comics, they want to talk to you one day when you're here, and then the next day they're with one of their little friends and they want to act like they don't know you. And I feel like we're all at the Comedy Store together. We're all sitting in the same row. None of us, we all, actually, I have more credits than you now. Thank you, Comedy Central. But, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you acting like that? Like, there's no need. There's a lane for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm very clear with people when they do that with me. They have one time that they can do it with me. Like, you talk to me, we're cool. Then the next time I see you and you don't talk to me, still cool. You might be having an off day. But if I start noticing a pattern with you, like where, and one thing I notice a lot of people will do is they won't talk to you unless you're hanging out with bigger comics.
Yes.
And so what I'll do for that is I'll let them know outright in front of like a comic that I know they're trying to impress, just to add a little extra insult to it. And I'll be like, oh yeah, you blow hot and cold with me. We're just cold. We don't talk anymore.
Oh, and I had to do that. That's pretty much what happened the first time, you know. And I honestly usually don't give. I've really been trying to change a lot about me being out here. I'm an amazing person, yes, but I let a lot of shit get to me, or I get attitudes, and if someone does something to me, I go into full on attack mode. And I'm trying not to do that out here just because it's so small, and you know, you never know who you're gonna need later on. You don't want to make any, you know, bad impressions or ruffle any feathers that don't need to be ruffled. And so with this particular girl, I saw her. She didn't speak. Usually we speak, it's like hugs and everything. She didn't speak, but she spoke to the person and hugged the person next to me, to the point where I went up to her and I was like, hey, do we have a problem? And she was like, oh, no. And I'm like, well, I spoke. She was like, oh, I spoke back. I guess you didn't hear me. All right, cool. Then she texted me the next day like, oh, I was having a really off day, blah, blah, blah. I was like, thank you so much for reaching out, because I was honestly confused. Next time I see her, wishy-washy again, doesn't really want to speak. So then on Facebook, she's wishy-washy. So I had already decided, okay, we're no longer cool. I see the girl, and I don't even, usually if I'm ignoring you, I'll make sure that you know that I'm ignoring you. But this time I didn't even, you know, I was like, whatever, I'm just going to ignore you. But we're in the green room. She comes in the back. Y'all need to shut the fuck up, or y'all loud as fuck. Whatever the hell she said, I already don't like you, so it's out of line. So we went back and forth, and then pretty much the next morning, for some reason, I was like, I always can feel when someone blocks me on Facebook. I get a little fucking itch. I always know, Ty. I always know. So I'm like, you know, I felt like this bitch blocked me last night. Let me go and check. I told you I'm petty.
Sixth sense.
Dude, I'm petty. I have a Facebook sense. I go on there. Sure enough, I'm blocked. So then I sent a message. I can read it for you if you like. It's still here. It's the nicest nasty message.
Got your receipts ready.
I have my receipts. You know what I'm saying?
So hilarious.
This is not a game. Oh, someone just watched my. Oh.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know the difference when somebody's just having an off day and when someone's actually serving you shade. You know, it's like, oh no, this is shade. I know what shade feels like.
Yeah, and it's like you don't get that many off days. All right, so I wrote, and I quote, "You could have been an adult and stepped to me with an issue. Instead, you decided to be disrespectful. I chose to ignore your foolishness last night, but do not let it happen again. We work together, so make sure you're respectful so we won't have any issues. This will be the only time I tell you this. Good day."
First and final warning.
And my mom was like, you're fucking retarded. Like,
you said good day.
Good day.
Good day, madam.
Day. So then she calls me and tries to, and this is the thing, I didn't even realize while I was on the phone with her, because I guess I didn't want to make myself look too petty, because she was like, oh, you know, is there a problem, and da-da-da-da. I didn't have a problem with you, apparently you have a problem with me. And I wanted to be like, well, why the hell did you block me? But I didn't want to look thirsty, as if like I cared that much. And then she's like, yeah, well, I heard you called me a bitch. I said, I sure did, because you were acting like a bitch. Yeah. And that I didn't call her a bitch. I said, you're acting like a bitch.
Yeah, shoe fits.
If the shoe fits, wear them.
Exactly.
And when I got off the phone, I was like, I didn't even need to have that conversation because you blocked me on Facebook. So at the end of the day, you had a big enough problem to get on Facebook, type my name in, and go to the block button.
Yeah, and that is an actual effort. I had that conversation with somebody once where they were trying to act like I might have accidentally blocked you. And I was like, no, that's not it. Like anybody that's ever blocked somebody knows that it takes an actual effort. You have to go to the page, you have to find and yeah.
You can't just block. And it gives you time to think about it.
Facebook will ask you.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Right? Yeah.
Like, are you sure you want to end this friendship? Once you block somebody on Facebook, your friendship's done.
It's over.
Like, I can have an argument with you and I might unfriend you for the day, but if I block you, like, there's no coming back from that. It's a done deal.
Yeah, that's a funny thing with me too. Like, I tell people this all the time. Like, once I block you, it's cool if one day we become friends in real life again, but I'm not unblocking.
No,
them.
there's no. I did unblock one person.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah, I haven't.
I missed them,
them.
and and it's so funny. Like, we randomly just all ended up in the same area today. Like, it was a group of my non-comic friends, and we all just kind of like, me and the main girl got into an argument, and everyone else just kind of like, followed suit, I guess, because we were like the strongest personalities. And I needed a place to crash for these 2 weeks until my apartment's ready. So I hit up one of the girls that was in the group, and she secretly had started talking back to the girl that we had an argument with. She secretly started, talking back to her. And so she didn't know that she was talking to me, like the middle person didn't know. I didn't know she was talking to the girl I didn't like, and she didn't know that she was talking to me. And so Saturday, we're sitting there, and she just keeps bringing up the situation, and she's like, yeah, I really feel like God wants us all to be back friends again. Like, who knew you were gonna have to stay with me for a couple weeks? I just feel like it's time, da-da-da. And I'm like, well, I don't think there's any coming back from the friendship, blah, blah, blah. Talking about all of this, and then what do? We end up pulling in front of the girl's house. And then, so it's a huge house. So I'm thinking we're going to a different area of the house of the, people we hang out with. I go there and no one's there. So I'm forced to go upstairs and it's, us. And I'm just like, I just unblocked you too. So I guess it was, meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, but that's the only person I've unblocked. Usually it's like a done deal if I went through that effort.
Yeah, we have a friend in common.
Who?
One of the people I like the most, Dicey.
Oh, my birthday twin!
You guys have the same birthday?
The same birthday. Dicey is the more mature version of me.
Yeah, I love Dicey.
Yes.
I think she's so great. I haven't seen her in a couple weeks, so I need to hit her up on Facebook and be like, where you been?
She's been doing a lot of shows, and she's been writing. She's getting Common Law Wifey Season 2 started back up, and I'm actually in that. I don't know if you saw the first one.
No, she didn't even tell me about it.
It was released on YouTube. Common Law Wifeys, it's pretty much a group of girls that are in common law relationships. So, which is really what the real shows are about, because no one's actually married. They're all just been together for years. So
yeah, when you watch Housewives,
yeah,
it's like there's no housewives.
Pretty much. So, yeah, she's been working on that, and she's been doing shows like everywhere. So, but yeah, I love Dicey. It's just like refreshing talking to you, more mature, because it's like she already she's not judging anything that I have to say about her to her, because we have like the same brain kind of.
Yeah, and she's actually lived some life. Mm-hmm. She's not one of those people that's just like sitting on the sidelines, watching everything happen and judging.
Mm-hmm. She's not a judging person anyway, but it just makes it better that we're birthday twins. Shout out birthday twin.
Yeah, shout out to Dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you so, and I know that one time we were at Wang's.
Big Wang's.
Yeah, Big Wang's.
Oh, when you had your episode?
No, that was that's almost weekly that I have some kind of episode. But when you were upset because you said some of the comics were, because I had just gotten there, and I got there and you were the first comic on stage after I walked in the room, and you were upset because you said some of the comics were just using their stage time to be racist.
Oh, it's so annoying. You're an other, so you understand. It's like, I don't know, like a lot of white comics, like they don't know the difference between comedy and being an asshole. If you're just up there like saying shit and it's not funny, it's not like used in any type of way, it's like, why waste your breath? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out something specific that someone has said, but I think I just kind of like push it out of my mind. But it's just annoying because, who's to say what the line of comedy is? But if I'm feeling uncomfortable, then, it's not something that you should be talking about.
You know what's the best thing for me on that? Whenever something like bothers me, which happens rarely now because I've been around so long and watching everybody do everything, and I see people come and go. One thing that's always comforting is I look at certain people and I'm like, you're not gonna last anyway, so I don't really care. Say your piece. This is your one time to do it. But the one thing I like to do, and this has always worked really well for me, is I will take out my notebook and I will write down what got on my nerves about what they said. Mm-hmm. And I'll make a joke out of that. Mm-hmm. And then it'll be a part of my act. But, I don't take any part of their joke. It's just like, here's the thinking that I don't like. And then here's what I would say to that.
You know what? I should try that because I definitely do not know how to yet turn my anger into a joke. If I'm writing a joke, that's different. But in the situation, how like some of the best comics, if a heckler comes at them, they already have something back to say. Or even if someone before them came in, it's very hard for me to figure out where the joining of being mean and it being a joke. Because if someone says something shitty, I'll just get up there and just curse them out.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to figure out how in my brain power to, faster be able to turn it into a joke, because when I just curse somebody out, then I'm the one that looks crazy.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. And I used to kind of be similar, but now I've gotten to the point where I can make it funny, even if I do. Because the thing you'll find if you have a strong personality like you do is you'll find a way to do both.
Yeah.
Where you'll vent and at the same time it'll be funny for everybody to watch. And then eventually you can turn that into a joke. Like some of my best jokes do come from either people trolling me online, trying to say shit that's supposed to get on my nerves.
I can't wait till I get trolls. I want some.
They're like, I've gotten to the point with trolls where I don't even deal with them anymore. Like a lot of times I'll just block them, or like it used to be fun. And you'll probably find the same thing. Like you'll have a minute where you'll have a lot of fun with them and you'll think it's fun to be silly and talk shit. And then one day will come where you're just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this anymore. Yeah. I'm just going to block you.
Yeah. I just like I look forward to like having stalkers and shit. Like that's the type of fame that I know I'm going to have. So I'm like, when I got to get a security because someone's in my bushes, I've made it. And I'm gonna be cheesing. Like when my picture's on someone's wall and some 15-year-old is jacking off to it, like I'm excited for those times. Like I wanna be there.
You're so ridiculous. You can't wait until somebody's got a picture of you on the wall to jerk off to.
Let's be clear. I'm not interested in the 15-year-olds. I'm just happy that my picture can help them come.
I got that. I don't think anybody at home is gonna think that you were saying you want to. Yeah. Suddenly you're.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. But one thing I've learned about being here in LA, and another thing, and also what I had to realize while I was home for 10 days, is that we don't celebrate everything that we do out here. Like, if you have a good show and you post it on Facebook, people want to make you feel bad. Like, oh, well, why are you always posting about your good show? Like, this is what Facebook is for. Facebook is for whatever you want to say. And if you want to, be excited that you just had a hot 3 minutes and it was good, then be fucking excited about it. People make you feel less than for, celebrating little victories. But if you don't celebrate the little victories, you'll literally lose your mind out here. Because some days, all comics, we have these really dark days where you're like, why am I out here in LA? What have I been doing? Like, I haven't accomplished anything. And you have to sit and realize, like, I perform every night.
Yeah, some days all you have is a little victory.
Yeah, every single night, whether it's an open mic, whether it's a show and only 2 people are there, you're performing in Hollywood, in LA, in Long Beach every night, and you're not from there. You know what I'm saying? That's already like something huge. And, you know, people make you feel like you're not allowed to be excited. I get excited when I do background acting. Other people are like, oh, people want to say they're an actor and it's background. Am I acting? Because if I wasn't acting, I could just sit there and be on my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every single thing that I do, I put my all in, and I get excited for it because it's for my well-being and like for my family. They like to see that, you know, I'm out here actually doing shit.
I really do feel like everything counts.
Yeah.
I really do. Like when it comes to, because you know, that's what eventually leads to a person being very successful. It's usually just a bunch of small stuff. And then, like, there's the occasional person that just hits out of nowhere. But that's rare. Even in LA, it's rare. A lot of times when you hear somebody's like an overnight success, they've actually put 10 years in.
Exactly.
It's not overnight. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's always good to appreciate everything and just be like, yeah, this is actually good. Including, like you were saying, the mics.
Yeah.
Because like last night, I had a really fun set at Trapped with the Comics in Lexington. Yeah, Aston. I love that guy.
Oh, it's Aston.
Aston.
Oh, good thing I never say his name because I didn't know how to say it, but now I know Aston, not Ashton.
Well, I'm sure he's used to getting Ashton just because, you know, people think Ashton like Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aston. It was just a really fun set, you know, and but again, that's just a mic. But to me, it was a fun set, and I was happy for it at the end of the night.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like I'm like I wouldn't say I'm a part of any clique out here. I literally am everywhere, and I try and talk to every group. I talk to the older comics, I talk to the younger comics, I talk to the new everybody, and it's like only people that I don't respect are people that don't take it seriously. There's certain people that come and, you know, they'll get up and waste the time of everybody at the mic, and they do this every night. I'm not sure why. But those people that I don't respect. If you're out here and you're grinding and you're you know, because I see so many people's sets because I not only run open mics, but because I'm at a bunch of open mics. And you can tell when people are working and putting their all into it. And if you are, then fucking kudos to you. I will never, when I get on, like, downgrade, oh, you're just an open mic or blah. It's a difference between you being an open micer and you just not giving a fuck and you just wasting time.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that 100%. That's something I've said a million times, that to me, it doesn't matter where you are in, like, how long you've been doing comedy, that kind of stuff. It's how serious you are, how dedicated you are to actually getting better. Because there are a lot of people that have started to use comedy as more like a social outlet.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'd hang out in a much more glamorous crowd if I was just hanging out.
My friends have money.
Exactly. I don't need to be hanging out with you guys. If this were just for fun, it wouldn't be where I'm hanging out.
No. And it's crazy because certain people that I've met, I probably would never talk to in real life. And those are some of the people I love the most. But, you know, then there's some people that I wouldn't talk to if you weren't doing comedy at all, period. Like, not even if we randomly got introduced and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, well, this is one thing I'll ask you about just because it's a big deal. It was a big deal online the other day. You heard about the Amy Schumer thing?
Which one now?
The latest one. I'm glad you feel that way too. I'm so tired of hearing about this girl. It's apparently some comic posted because she's being cast in some Barbie like movie or whatever. I'm not sure if it's an animation. I didn't even look that far into it. All I know is that somebody did a fat joke about Amy Schumer, and then a bunch of people got mad about it. And where are you with, like, when it comes to the quote unquote body shaming and that kind of stuff?
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing that I hate that people say to me, but it kind of really just fits. She's a comic, so you know what I'm saying. She kind of put herself out there for that, and I really honestly am not one to body shame somebody, but I really feel like if you call yourself fat and you have fat jokes, then you cannot get mad that somebody's calling you fat. If I call myself a dyke or I call myself whatever, I cannot get mad if someone says it back to me because I'm opening the door for it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, I'm a big Kardashian fan. I'm like obsessed. I've like lost friendships over fighting for these bitches. And I don't agree with the body shaming that they do for them, because they're not on stage talking about, oh yeah, well this and that, and yeah, my stomach, I look like I got twins. They're not on stage doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm a little hypocritical when it comes to that.
Yeah, but no, I think that makes sense, because that's what I've always felt about it. Like, Amy Schumer has basically built a career off of saying, I'm a bigger girl. And she doesn't say she's fat usually, but she does admit that she's not, the Hollywood
textbook
skinny.
Slim.
Yeah. And so, like, it's to me, if you build your career off of saying, I'm empowering this type of thing, then you can't suddenly get upset when somebody else calls it out.
And when did fat become an insult if you're describing somebody? Like, if you're fat, you're fat. I don't know the correct way to say, like, vagina sounds like a dirty word, but that's the word you use. Mm-hmm. If you're talking about someone's area, you're talking about their vagina. If I'm talking about if I'm describing someone, they're fat, like, it's... I don't know how else to describe them.
Yeah, no, I posted on Facebook last night something like, I hear a lot of LA open micers are mad because somebody said Amy Schumer was fat. And I was like, but she is fat, so I don't understand the controversy. And then today, because, that went to my Twitter as well. And then today I wake up to a tweet from Lunel that says, like, yeah, I agree. I'm fat, and I don't, you know what I mean?
If they said, you die, you fat bitch, you're too fat to be alive, then I can understand that. Like, that's horrible. You don't say that to somebody. But if you just got to love yourself, honestly. And being out here, I've always been the smallest person in the group. And it's plenty of times where I'm the biggest one in the room. You know what I'm saying? And I just have to feel comfortable with myself, because I know that I'm in LA where the standards are different, and I know what profession that I chose.
And at the end of the day, you're what matters.
Yeah.
Like, my opinion of me is what
only
matters.
One that matters.
Yeah, so it's like, I can't be getting upset because you say something about me. Well, exactly what I put was, so I guess some LA open micers are upset because somebody called Amy Schumer fat, but she is fat, so I don't understand the controversy. And then Lunel responded with, right, I'm fat too. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Either do something to change it or move on.
Yeah, I can't with these people.
And I wonder what Barbie movie is she gonna be in, though?
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking the same thing. Like,
yeah, you.
Is it like for the new plus size Barbie?
Bitch, you ain't Barbie.
You're not Barbie size.
Bitch, we all know what Barbie looked like, and you're not Barbie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you, but you're just not.
She's not Barbie. And honestly, I'm ready for some pretty funny bitches to get out here. And I was overhearing a conversation. I overhear conversations all the time because I'm nosy as fuck. So just, if I'm around, just know I'm listening. I don't listen to information to, like, tell it, but yeah. I just got to know, because it's like my stories.
If I'm around, just know I'm listening. You're listening. Stupid.
But I fucking forgot. Oh yeah, I was listening to her talking about how, yeah, pretty girls never get on and da-da-da-da. And, let's fucking change that. Like, fuck, just because you're attractive don't mean you can't be funny. It really doesn't. And I'm really tired of hearing that shit. I really am. I'm tired of hearing girls aren't funny and all this other shit. Like, there's a demographic for everybody. And right now, I can't think of a black female comedian that is out, that's killing it. And I'm trying to come for that spot.
You know who is doing it right now? Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish is killing it, but she's killing it in movies.
Yeah.
That's what I just mean, like, like, do people, like, think of her?
She's going to be shooting her special coming up.
Oh, well, then I take that back then.
Yeah, but there's always room for another. But she's a beautiful,
Tiffany,
beautiful girl.
I love Tiffany
Haddish.
She's... when I saw Tiffany get on stage and start twerking, it just made me feel better about life, because I know that one of the main things people, like, they give you so many rules to women before you get on stage. And, like, if you talk to me regularly, I do the absolute most. And sometimes, like, maybe like the whole first year and a half, kind of, I'm getting on stage and I'm not being myself because I'm thinking of all the fucking rules. And I saw her perform, and I'm like, fuck these rules.
Yeah. She doesn't pay attention to the
Fuck
rules,
these
nor
rules.
should she. She's hilarious.
I love her, and I love that people always call me Tiffany Haddish's little sister. Whenever I guess because I'm the only other, like, she's the only black woman that people really know right now that's doing shit. So every time I do something, like, who is this Tiffany Haddish? And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna compare me, then,
yeah, great person
she's
to
a
be
funny
compared to.
bitch.
She's beautiful and she's funny.
Yeah,
so
man.
she used to do host San Manuel for Laugh Factory, San Manuel Casino, and that's a notoriously tough room. And she just used to rock it all the time. People used to come out specifically to see her.
Honestly, I just love anybody that is themselves unapologetically. I sound like I need Ebonics, I know, but
no,
I can't say
you sound like you just woke up, which is what happened.
Certain words I don't use sometimes because my mouth just flubbers over them. But yeah, like anybody that is themselves and doesn't give a fuck, I love. Reasons I love Lindsay Jennings. People say stuff about that bitch. That bitch is herself.
Oh, I love Lindsay Jennings.
She gives zero fucks. And I love that. Anybody that is themselves no matter what. Like, I never have to guess if I can speak to Lindsay or not.
Uh-huh.
Never have to guess it. Every time I see her, it's the same. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, she's, for anybody at home that doesn't know Lindsay Jennings, she's a suicide girl. She's an actual suicide girl. And she's a comic. And she also does the rap battles.
Yeah, she does the rap battles and the roast battles.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I like about her most is she is absolutely fearless. She's always down to do something. Yeah. It's always like you throw something new at her, she's just going to improv it. She's going to make it happen.
And we're actually hosting a show together in New York. So that's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah. What's going on in New York? When is it? Give me the details.
December 22nd, 8 p.m. at the 5 spot in Brooklyn. We will be putting on Santa Babies, which is a comedy show. But it's not just a show. It's an experience. So I'm fucking excited.
Is there going to be some dancing?
There's going to be some dancing.
A musical number.
There is going to be a musical number. And actually, we will be debuting the musical number at Show Up, Go Up, December 11th. Before we do it in New York, we're going to do it here, the musical number. So
I'll be in town, so I'll check out.
You might want to come. Just think of Mean Girls meet Run DMC.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I didn't know you and Lindsay were working together. Yeah, I like both of you guys.
We're both from New York. So we're both from Long Island, actually. And I didn't realize that she was from Long Island, even though her area code is. Mm-hmm. And the past 2 times I was in New York, both times we had just missed each other. So I was like, why don't we do a show when we come for the holidays? Like, why not? So it's scary as fuck to be, producing a show and promoting a show that you don't live there, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah, no, awesome. I'm sure you guys both have personalities and can actually get people to pay attention. So you guys, I'm sure you guys will have a fun show and a great show.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm really excited.
So that's December 22nd.
December 22nd, and December 11th we'll be at the Comedy Store for Show Up, Go Up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we're opening it up. I'm not sure. But I think we're opening it up.
For anybody that doesn't know, December 11th, 11 p.m. in the Comedy Store, the Belly Room. That's Show Up, Go Up. So if you guys want to get a preview of what Jasmin and Lindsay Jennings are going to be doing, we're about ready to get out of here. So where can people find you? Do you have a website yet, or is it just Facebook, or what's going on?
Yes, you can find me at www.jasminleigh.com, and that's JasminLeigh. And I'm Real Jasmin Leigh on everything else. JasminLeigh. Just remember, no E on the Jasmine. And you can Google me, bitches.
Yeah, Google Jasmin Leigh. And then every Wednesday,
WTF Wednesday, at the Next Stage Theater. But we are working on moving to a new venue come January. So I'm excited about that. I need some liquor sales. So I wanna.
You don't need liquor sales. You need.
I don't need liquor sales.
You
need
liquor. I know what you need.
I just feel like Next Stage Theater. I got it up and running, and I feel like it's time for me to
get some drinks.
in there, and just step it up a notch.
Yeah, no, you deserve it. If I hear of anything, I'll let you know. If I hear of any spots that are looking to get a show, or yeah, I'm glad we got to chat.
I'm so glad too. This was great.
Everybody, you can find me on at americasfavoritefag.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere you need to. Ty Rivera. Spell it any way you want. Google will correct you.
I need to get like him then.
Thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate you listening, and thank you, Jasmine, for making it out.
Thanks for having me.